undisclosed source, I've heard um, some things about the new Moza pedal. And again, it's very early stages. These guys got test review, what do you call this? Version one, what do you call that? Beta versions, or the software is brand new. You can't expect things to be absolutely perfect. That's asking for much. Even if it was a Simicube product, I'll say the same thing. Give it time to cook. Let people use them for. Hello and welcome to the Chicane Podcast, where we discuss all things in the sim racing world. I'm your host, Jason Rivera, and I'm joined here by Mr. Eric Kelly and Jeff Smart. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good.
Dude, we got some stuff to talk about. There's been a lot of news in the sim racing world in the past week.
Oh, yes,
we got a lot of stuff today.
I'm telling you, Q2 came, it's here, and they're lighting a fire on the market, which Eric has all the goodies for us today.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everybody. Everybody's in good shape. It seems like we're running through the year, right? 2025, already approaching April. I can't believe
week
it.
one of F1's under our belt. A
That's
little
right.
bit wet weekend.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And when this hits the streets, we'll be done week 2, I guess, huh? Yeah, in China.
Listen, and please don't tell the 7-time world champion how to drive a car.
Yeah,
exactly. Don't repeat it.
You pissing the guy off on the opening GP.
Hey,
you know?
I heard K1's available. I don't want to use it right now.
He's like, I'll let you know. I'm not close enough. Stop it.
Like, please don't repeat it. Please say it one time. That's it.
All right, so let's get into some announcements. This week, obviously, we have a plethora of stuff to cover, which I'm gonna let that sink in the main discussion. But for me, for myself, it's been nothing but a lot of plastic in the TGSR studio. A lot of burning plastic, melting plastic. It's 3D printing. And again, I apologize if today we go over 3D printing. Please mute the video. Please don't. But
we're like 3 new kids with a new toy.
It's the toy for adults. I'm telling you. And it's the toy that everybody wants to use in the house, and I'm pretty sure the gentleman here can attest. So, I mean, I'm running 2 printers now, and I did a preview of my studio. If you want to check it out, it's on Instagram, so you can see what it looks like in the background. What else? Nothing really else from me like that. GRL season 12 for the Porsche started today at the time of this recording, which is Thursday today. And we had 37 Porsches on the track. So thank you so much for the new users that signed up. If you're curious, and if you just found this video and you're curious what GRL is, please look in the videos. We have 2 videos already that we made on the league, and it's been fantastic. So that's it for me. I'll pass this over to Mr. Kelly.
Yeah, as far as announcements go, been 3D printing like crazy.
You see,
it's like you said, it's the hobby for adults, but it's also they've made leaps and bounds with the printers, so it's a lot more hands off, a lot more efficient. It's just my mind is still blown at the possibility of going to sleep and there being just an empty bed.
Yes.
And waking up and I have a thing on there. I printed this last night.
It's like, bro, oh no.
It's cool, man.
Bro,
that looks solid. Wait, you got the QR? What?
Yes. So
okay, look how solid. Look, he's struggling to get that wheel off. That tells you right there.
So this is specifically for Sim Magic.
Yo, it's even got the logo put on and everything.
Yeah, if I had AMS, I could have did multicolor. It's
and
got
carbon fiber. Jeff,
yeah,
carbon fiber.
And even my camera to focus here. Yeah, and so it's set up
clean,
for
bro.
the QR. there's a little bit of stuff up there from the supports, but it prints in 2 pieces and you put them together. This one I actually reached out to the guy that designed it because he made one that was shorter, and I asked him if he had a taller one with an A1 profile, and he was like, sure, and dropped this in there. And like I say, it's like when I first picked it up off the printer, like this is like solid. Like
That might have taken a minute, huh?
Yeah, like this took probably about 5 hours to print just this stem piece
because of the walls, probably.
Yeah, it's
solid.
This is pretty much solid filament here.
That took a chunk out of the roll, huh?
Yeah, but that's the price you pay. And
yeah,
jeez. Look at that. Yeah, bro. No worries, just snap the wheel on. No looks delicacy.
Nice. None at all, man. But yeah,
look.
Looks good over there. It's a conversation piece.
You need to plug it in to get the wheel to light up in the background.
I was gonna talk to you about that because I need that to happen. Because I originally wanted to put them on the wall, but then I'm like, I got a 3D printer. I can just print stands.
He's like, I ain't got time for these.
Dope, man. Yeah, so yeah, the light.
And then you got the shelves too. I see you with the shelves.
Yeah, 3D printed those floating shelves. There's 3 of them. I don't know if you see the top one up there. Just kind of having that for the PC space. Some other stuff I printed in the past, like a little Porsche.
That's nice, clean too.
The desk version. They got the big. They got a 60-inch version, bro.
I want to print the wall.
I don't have the room for it. I don't. I got
the room because in my mind, like right above this desk right here. The problem is if that print if it fails at any point, because there's so many pieces, like the amount of filament and time, I got anxiety about that. But I'm tempted to. But it's been printing more stuff for the rig. Like this is for the power switch.
Dude, this guy.
Alpha. This is a strain relief for the USB. The USB and the power. So get that focus up.
Yeah, look at that. Even says it.
Yeah. So just it's stuff that you would like. I'm at this point. I'm like printing nice to haves, like just customizing stuff, cleaning it up, and it's great.
I mean, I've been on the same kind of journey. I'll show what I printed out a stand for that carbon fiber. You can see my face now. It's just a stand to hold them up, and that's the texture that we looked at on the website, just so you guys can see what it legit looks like. And they are double-sided, so you can print on both sides. And here's the other texture that I have there. See if the light can kind of grab it there. Yeah, you see it there. Yeah. Anyways, that's it's part of the addiction, right? It's the honeymoon phase. We're gonna print all kinds of shit, and even things that we don't need. We're still gonna print them just to see if. Oh yeah. Just to see.
I got this stuff that I printed for me. Like my wife, she been sending me stuff. She's got a watch charger.
Oh, she's got a list, bro, for you.
Yeah, tablet stand and all kind of little stuff.
Same here,
dude.
So the more she starts going down that rabbit hole, I'm sure going to get a lot more stuff.
Oh yeah, Jeff, what do you have to say, bro?
Yo, so
out with it.
My problem is my wife got it and she saw me, printing some stuff out, and she's like, "How you doing that?" So she went out there and got the Bamboo Lab app. So if as soon as the printer goes idle, you got like, and then my dad, he's on vacation out here hanging out, and he downloaded the app. So if that printer is idle, at the moment it goes idle and it's cleared off with the next print, boy, you better send something to it because somebody else is. So we just finished, and my wife got she just put something for the Crocs. The kids, the kids got the Croc little things on them.
Oh,
so she printed that out.
Nice.
Yeah. So she, but like about that. The first time, so I got some new speakers for the surround sound in the living room, and I'm on Amazon looking for mounts for them so they can mount to the wall and stuff. And I'm like, wait a second, let me jump in there. Not only do they have mounts, but they got mounts for the speaker make and model that I got.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah, and then you don't like that one? They got ones that like rotate and pivot and all this other stuff. So yeah, it was cool. I had like 2 custom ones, and then just like small little shelf speakers. They look awesome. Save $60 easy.
Yep.
So
That's the first time that you're saving a large chunk of cash. And
yeah,
in the long
super
run, they'll
cool.
pay for themselves, I think, in the long run. So
And then when
Easily.
in doubt, I'm just printing off cable management clips for the rig. There's more cable management here on the
I
rig now
know
than there ever has been.
these printers got here last week. They haven't stopped
Yeah,
up until we had to record this episode.
Yeah.
exactly.
They're probably questioning, did he get tired or? But this
Like,
studio has been just nothing but all night. Anyway, again,
yeah.
we are not Bamboo Lab sponsors. We all got Bamboo Lab printers. I would
Yeah.
love to be one. I would wear a shirt.
Yeah.
We're just sharing out the wonderful hobby that we explored late because 3D printing's been here for a while. But it's
Yeah.
very different watching someone print something than you having
Mm.
something in your house, and all three of us can agree to that, I think. I mean,
Oh yeah.
very
Yeah,
different owning. Yeah.
It's the future, but it's here. Like it's what I mean.
love it.
That's yeah. Like I think last week Neil was saying it's like the Jetsons, or somebody referred to that. That's exactly what it feels like. Like on cartoons when they depict the future and they have a little box and they close the door and open it up and something disappears there. That's
It's like
literally what
something being
happens.
beamed
Yo,
down to you.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're 100% right. So I forget what I printed and I brought it down. I showed my dad and my mom and dad, and it was hard for them to like understand. Like when you say you press the button and we birthed it, like, and it appeared. Like
Yeah.
it's hard for them to understand, like how it works. Like boom, it's
Right.
a picture on a computer, and an hour later, boom, I have it in
It's
my hand.
solid reality.
It's like the
Yeah.
Jetsons. That's the funniest analogy I've heard in a long time.
It's the closest thing, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's the closest thing I can.
But God,
describe
Bamboo
it
sure
as.
makes it easy, and like
Yeah.
just easy.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're just talking, this is not just a sim racing printing machine. It's an appliance now. This is definitely part of the
It's an
home.
appliance.
It's
Oh,
an
yeah.
appliance.
Yeah.
This is a tool this is a let me stop, bro. Let me stop. On to the show. Jeff, how was your week? I mean, that's part of your week.
Yeah. No, it's been good. It's spring break for the kids, so spending some time with him. Yeah, racing a bunch, which I'll get into it here in my topic here. But yeah, it was good, man. Boy, we got a lot to
Okay.
cover today, though.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yes, we do. And I don't want to hammer the followers of the show. I appreciate you all.
Yes.
But 3D printing, I am open to any questions. And so is Jeff, and so is Eric. So keep those comments coming. Those are fun. We love seeing those. Anyways, I will pass this on to Eric for the first topic of the day.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, brother?
So there's a little company who makes sim racing products called Moza. You might have heard of them.
Maybe.
They shook things up today. Well, yesterday. They released a new product, and they released several products, but in reality, I think 2 at most are really kind of still in the show. I'll start out with the, basically the secondary one first. So this is one of the things they released. It's a force feedback base, right? I call it a base because it's a shifter. It can be a handbrake. It can be a sequential. It can be H pattern, 6-speed, 7-speed, and it has 12 Newton meters of torque.
12 Newton meters on a shifter.
Damn.
Yes. And they were talking about some of the things that you could emulate with it, and even like missing gears when you're shifting, they can simulate that. When it's a sequential, like I don't do much shifting, but they were talking about with the amount of torque, it can create like a lot of resistance, almost like a bump stop. You can adjust that, like as far as the travel and stuff. It's pretty interesting, to be honest. I think we were talking about this with somebody else on the podcast. We were like,
they're marketing flight sticks with it. You see that?
Yeah. Dang, those aren't cheap, huh?
Yep.
The flight sticks?
Yeah, just the stick on the top of the thing's $180.
Bro, look at a Verpo stick. You're looking at $1,000 for a stick.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind
this
of
is where
cheap.
I'd be down here.
Yeah, that's where
I
I'd be. Yeah.
yeah, like $40 shifter knob. Which one?
$40,
What's your
yeah, the
style?
$40
Let it
joint.
rip, tater chip.
Or you could print,
Yeah.
or just print one, whatever.
Print one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, hey, look, yeah, you got it right, man. We got that
Yeah, you
option.
damn right. They're coming out with that dumb adapters.
Yep.
So 12,
yeah.
12. Okay, so 12 peak.
Yep. Dual
It'd be cool if you
servos.
have,
That's
you know,
quiet too.
the
Apparently,
Moza clutch, if they could integrate that, because it would be a software thing, right? Where it doesn't give you the gear if your clutch isn't in.
Yeah, and that actually would be pretty simple. Because
right
that's kind
there
of like
is
a binary thing. Like either
there is that shifter that I'm looking at printing, the one that Vlad mentioned.
Yeah.
The one he built. And it has that feature in it, and that's what I'm waiting for.
So they're really pushing the flight sims on this too, and racing, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like racing is kind of secondary. I think that this will probably be targeted more towards the flight sim guys. I think it'd be cool. But they were, just from their marketing, it seems to be pretty heavily geared toward being beneficial for flight sims. So, but I mean, having an option to use it for that, I think they did a great job of, consolidating products, because you buy this base and it's essentially whatever you need.
Yeah,
shifter,
that makes
handbrake.
it worth it, because you have 2-in-1 basically, or 3-in-1. So you got a sequential flight stick and an H pattern.
Yep, and
Yeah,
a handbrake.
It seems like, because I see a lot of people trying to have rigs that do both. It's hard to do both good, but this one would give you the option to switch over to put a flight controller on there.
Well, this solves a problem that most of us, like just exactly what you said, Jeff, is I'm into flight sims, but I have so much racing hardware. It's hard for me to move stuff around. So if I can have one piece, that's only half. All I need is a throttle quadrant. That's it. And then when I want to go flying,
it's not cheap though, huh? Damn.
$549. I would like to try it. Right?
It's
I would like to try it.
You said it had some type of direct. Was it direct drive? I forget what it had for the 12 newton meters. So it's got, like, think of it as a base.
Look at that. Read that, Jeff. It says that it simulates turbulence in the stick.
That's cool. I don't know the first thing about flight sims, but that seems cool.
Yeah, it really does. And to answer the question, it says it's using dual servo motors, and they're delivering the peak torque at 12 newton meters. So I don't know.
Probably not some type of direct drive, then not a direct drive.
Yeah, and I think direct drive, well, I don't know.
Yeah, direct drive is technically a servo.
Yeah.
It
might just be kind of.
But why is he using two of them? Interesting.
Well,
maybe to create
good,
that.
Two's better.
Right. Maybe to create that that cross friction, right? Left and right, and up and down. That's probably why they're using two of them. See, with steering on our rigs is only left and right. So that probably but they look
maybe
tiny.
So.
Maybe it's 12, sorry for interrupting. Maybe it's 12 newtons peak, but that means 6 apiece.
Oh, maybe like left and right, forward and backwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more than likely. Because just looking at the way they're saying it, like equipped with dual servo motors.
And if it's like that, 6 newtons is not.
I mean, I'm going to say something that might be, trigger some people, but I wonder where Moza is in the flight sim hierarchy of equipment. I think it's probably, somewhere,
they just
but
started.
But in the sim world, they're probably slight arcing upwards. I wonder where they fit in the pecking order for flight sim equipment.
I don't do any flight sim.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd say this probably budget.
You think so? For $500 something bucks is budget now. What's a budget base now go for in sim racing?
I disagree, Eric, because you got Thrustmaster. I think those are the budget ones, and you got Logitech making flight sticks that are like $100.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But the thing is that the price is $549, right?
Yeah,
But it's
but this
not
does a
just a
lot
flight
more.
stick. It
Yeah,
does. It's a dual, triple. There's three things in one.
yeah,
But if I was a flight sim only guy, I wouldn't be looking at this. I would be looking at something, especially for that price. I would be looking at something a little different, right? Something like a
yeah,
Virpil, or I forget the other ones. But Virpil is the one that resonates with me. I like their brand.
yeah.
Um,
Something more purpose built, and that makes sense. That I think the person using the single rig and trying to do dual, do racing and flight sim, this will probably have like immense value because of the
it-
space savings.
Oh, true.
and you see the top of that, right? It looks like some sort of quick disconnect where you can push down and
And
spin it to
twist
lock it.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
twist to lock. That's what it looked
See.
like. It looks clean. It looks like a modern design. It's just
Yeah.
6 newtons on a shifter is not that much torque. Because you got to think, guys. You think if it's a short shifter, then leverage, right? The less leverage, the less force. But if you have a somewhat medium sized shifter, six
Yeah.
newtons is nothing.
That looks
You can,
cool.
yeah.
I don't
It
know what
does look cool.
aircraft that's for, but that looks cool.
That's a
You know?
fighter.
Yeah.
That's a fighter jets.
Yeah, it's some type
Yeah.
of.
I was hoping they show like the connector on the bottom a little bit, or gives a little better angle on it.
Of how it connects. Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like it's some sort of quick release, like you were saying, Jason. But it looks
Like,
like it might be like a little collar that goes up and snaps down, maybe based on this, or
right.
maybe it twists down.
Or
I'm gonna see.
maybe it goes up and then it stays up, and then when it comes down, it locks it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, so this is the base. Like I said, this is the probably the second most interesting thing from my standpoint. And let's see.
Well, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's not for everybody. Is what I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. I
Yeah.
think that's geared towards a particular user. And
Eric,
here we go.
What do you
Yeah.
got here, buddy?
Yeah,
This looks
so-
super cool.
Yeah, so this is definitely the piece that stole the show. So Jason I was messaging him when I was trying to just get to this page, not even purchase it, but their site was crashing just trying to pull this page up this morning after they sent out the email saying that this was live. So they were having I assume a lot of demand, a lot of people that were just interested. But this is their Moza M Booster active pedal. So first things first, most important piece is the price, $799 to $999. All right. So if you want just this pedal, it is $799. All right. And as far as active pedals options go, that's less than half of what you'd pay for the current options, which are the
Simicube
Pro and the Simicube Ultimate. So I think as far as it being budget, if you're looking for active pedal, that's the only game in town in the budget world. But $700 for one pedal is that ain't
800, 799.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
it's definitely not
800.
budget period for any stretch of the imagination, but it's
And I'll
it's
say this,
cheaper
man.
than the Simicube, 100%.
Yeah, I'll
It's
say
cheap.
less expensive. That's still,
I'm not gonna say cheap. Yeah,
yeah.
Well, I think it's two products that you really can't compare, right? In my opinion, if something costs half the price, there's definitely what do you call this? Shortcomings that were measures that were taken to get it at that price point.
yeah. Simicube isn't pocketing a G per
No.
pedal they're making or they're selling, right?
No.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I wouldn't recommend any active pedal to a new sim racer anyway. That's my opinion. That's my 2 cents, right? Like if you're gonna start out with sim racing and you're building a budget set, there's way not better pedals, but there's other options for you to start. However, if you are in the Moza ecosystem, what remains to be seen is that if this pedal works on console, then that would make it the only active pedal to work out the box on a console, which we don't know.
Question.
We don't know yet because they literally just came out like days ago, like maybe 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody has their hands on them other than reviewers. Like Mike from the Sim Racing Den has it. I think Boosted Media and Race Beyond Matter, which is another great creator that has it.
Yeah, I don't think they've reached the wild, came into the wild yet, to your point.
So if Moza, if this pedal works on the console, then this is hands down, it's going to have to be the best option you can get on a console because it's the only active, it's the only thing that exists. Wait, right there. Yeah. With support for inverted mounting and full compatibility with PC and Xbox system.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for because I know they have an Xbox bundle, but I was trying to see which pedals worked, and the CRP2 pedals. I'll go back to the.
So are they saying the CRP works, or they're saying the booster works?
So the booster, if you're going to use it with a pedal set,
you'd have to use it with.
Yeah, it says compatible with CRP2 pedals for enhanced performance and seamless integration. So they have the option for you to buy it with the CRP2 throttle. And I would assume that this would just show up as a brake. But the question, obviously, with console is once you disconnect this from the PC, or do you need to have this plugged into the PC to a PC and the console for the options to stick? So how that works will be interesting. And if it's worth the trouble.
And if the sim actually supports an active pedal, because there's sims out there that don't. Yes.
Yeah.
There's sims out there. Simicube was the only active pedal up until now that's on the market. And for LMU, they had to be a patch and an update to get it to work, to get the pedal works. But like the telemetry, like with the ABS, the G-force and everything and all the other stuff that it does. So that's kind of cool though. I mean, you use 1,000. I mean, I don't know.
So I was looking at the $1,000 price, and to be honest, that's a better deal because you get the pedal, which is $800 by itself, but then you get the CRP2 throttle pedal, the CRP2 plate, and the extended plate
for
essentially $200 more.
Yeah, but essentially, I don't think there's going to be anybody that orders it with the stuff because the person that's getting into sim racing isn't buying an active pedal, to Jason's point, right? These are people that have something and want to take the next step with an active pedal. I think that they just buy the single pedal and integrate it to whatever setup they have.
Yeah.
In the case of
for a split second.
In the case of a PC racer, I agree with Jeff 100%. However, someone that has a rig, which is not many of us, someone that has a rig that uses a console to to play the sim, this is an option for them. But it's only on Xbox. It's not on PlayStation. So
yeah.
Hands down, the best sim on console is GT7. I must say. I mean, ACC is on there, but again, ACC is severely limited on their. There's no third-party server support. If they were, then I would have a very, very different opinion on it. But as far as online, racing, GT7 has the grids. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, and I'll say this too: ACC on PS5 at least does not send out telemetry. So even if you have a PC with SimHub, it won't.
It's like nothing's there.
Send anything out. Yeah. So GT7 wins there as well.
Hey,
I say this, guys. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
I was gonna say, let's talk about the price for a second. I think Moza put like picked the perfect price. I don't know what their profit margin is, but like I think that they killed it with the price because there's still a huge gap to the Simicube pedal, right? I mean, what are we looking at here? Almost $1,000 difference. Now the question here in everybody's mind that's watched this come out was, is there $1,000 difference in performance? And my opinion, we'll know when the masses get this thing, and what they have to think. If you're sent something, it's hard for me to take it that there's only a handful of people out there in the world that I trust their opinion, regardless of what they say when they get it shipped to them for free. We'll see what it comes out, when somebody that paid their $1,000 to get it, what they think of it is that if it's going to make up that $1,000 price difference for performance. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that'll be so to be honest, if you're the only show in town, the price is whatever you make up. Just being honest. So as far as Simicube having the active pedal, they literally had a technology nobody else had. There was no competition. As a company who is started to make money, like that's why you start a company, they priced this at a point where they created it's almost like a luxury tax almost. Like, not saying that,
there's no way it could be as nice as the Simicube. There's no way it can be.
I mean, okay.
But is there $1,000 price? Is there $1,000 delta between the two?
Everybody knows
that'll be hard to.
Is the $1,000 question?
Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm a Simicube fan, and it's because I'm a fan of the reliability of their products and
the good top quality shit, buddy.
Construction,
honest, right?
Yeah. But to be honest, here on the show, on the Chicane podcast, it's something that we'll never know until we try both of them. Yep. That is the correct answer. And that is the answer that is a question that you need to tell yourself, right? If you're shopping for a pedal, if you want the next step, if you're a beginner, don't look at these. I promise you you
won't appreciate it for one.
Right.
Yeah. It'll be hard to justify it.
There's not better, but there's great alternatives at a fraction of the cost to get you into the hobby. Now, if you already have a rig, you have a setup, you have everything, and you're considering this, you got to ask yourself the question, first of all, it's hard. This is really difficult for me to put out. It's a quality thing, but it's a quality thing that you can't test out unless you go to a sim racing expo or unless you have a friend that has the products. It's not something that you could buy and straight up return. It's really hard to do that. So yeah, I would just say this. I'm going to piggyback off Jeff. Let's get the masses out there. Let's get the data. And there's really no other way other than to just take the plunge.
I mean, I watched, every review I could kind of watch, and that somebody had something about there. And I did like the comments were, hey, it seems to be a little bit more grainy with the push, or the stroke, if you will, of the pedal than this. I don't know if they had the Simicube, but that was their feedback. If you're thinking you're getting the Simicube for, legitimately half the price, then I think you probably should check your expectations. But you're also saving $1,000. So let's be honest here, right? I mean,
that's a great argument that we can have all day, because I will counter with this. If you purchase the Simicube, 99% of the time, it's a better build product. You don't have to worry about it. This is a brand new product that we don't know, if it's going to later down the road break down, or if you're going to have an issue with it, or whatever it is. And that $1,000 that you saved, you suddenly didn't save anything. You know what I mean? Yep. And I've had other branded hardware on my rig, and trust me, I thought I was saving money, and I was mistaken. So, I mean, and that's a good debate. It's a healthy debate, because we're trying to give you,
and this is
perspective.
Awesome. Right. This competition thing is good for everybody. People get cheaper stuff. like I had a high school coach said, like, competition, what makes America great. You know, when it comes to quality and
Well,
price.
look at Simicube like a Porsche, right? Let's say Porsche comes out and it's a 911. What is it? GTRS, right? GT3 RS. That's almost a $400,000 car. But then you have I don't know what. I'm gonna piss people off. I'm gonna say it here on the show. Then you got a Tesla Model S that completely smokes the Porsche like tenfold. And fight me on that. Let's go. Comments. I'm ready. And it's like a fraction of the cost. Is Porsche going to lower the price? They're like, no, we're Porsche. We're not going to lower our price just because there's a competitor out there. There is a user base and there's a following.
That's a great point.
Yeah, there's a
Great
following
point.
of that brand, and they're like, well, I mean, yeah, that's great. That's your $800 pedal. I have my pedal over here. Which one would you like? You know what I mean? Like comparing, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a perfect comparison too, because in that comparison, the Tesla only beats the Porsche in one category, which is drag racing.
That's
but
it.
You put them both
straight
on
line
track,
speed,
and the Tesla dies, and the Porsche runs off with it. So
literally and figuratively.
Yeah. So I think comparing the Simicube to the
but they're both cars.
Moza.
You know what I'm trying to say? They're both pedals. They're both cars. You know.
Yep. And in this comparison with the pedals, one of the kind of fundamental benefits is you put this pedal on your rig and you never have to get down there to adjust it again. You do all that through software, so that they both provide that benefit.
Exactly.
I.e., they're both cars. But if you are competing, if you are somebody who is like very into precision and you're running your rig heavy, you might need the quality and reliability of the Simicube. Whereas if you're more of a casual person who competes in the league, the Moza durability might work for you.
This is the real talk about this type of stuff, guys. I want you to listen to this because this is the real talk. Seriously, I mean, you can be either or. You can be a casual or competitor, but you can also be someone that's chasing immersion or someone that's chasing a pedal feel.
VR. Yeah, I've dreamed about having one of these pedals. Like I've got the shakers on mine, but this would be crazy.
Did they have it in stock?
Yeah. Sorry.
Look at that. You can't even buy it right now.
That's the ultimate, though.
Yeah, that's the ultimate.
So
$22.99.
So the ultimate is the one that's kind of like, oof. I mean, that's why they released the Pro, right? The Pro is kind of like they're trying to be more competitive in the market without losing too much, because that pedal is overkill. The strength of it is overkill.
This is what you need right here.
Scroll up to see the price.
There you go.
So I think from an undisclosed source, I've heard some things about the new Moza pedal. And again, it's very early stages. These guys got test review, what do you call this? Version 1, what do you call that? Beta versions, or the software is brand new. You can't expect things to be absolutely perfect. That's asking for much. Even if it was a Simicube product, I would say the same thing. Give it time to cook. Let people use them for a few weeks. Okay. After the fact, I don't care if you've been using it for 3 months and then you're like, yeah, I've been using the pedal for 3 months and it's awesome. No, I want to know where the pedal stands in the community and how is it growing with it later. Are things breaking, glitches, what have you? Yeah. So enough. I know I'm rambling. Sorry about that. But it's a great discussion. It's a great discussion because I'm not telling you to buy a Simicube and that's it. I'm sharing my experience, and my experiences. Simicube hardware has been the best that I've used, and it always impresses me, and it's still my favorite part of the rig. But that's me. That's Jason, so. So that's the new Moza pedal. It should be available. It's you can order it right now, and the shifter. and more to follow. So if
Yeah.
there's any,
Grab it and let us know how it is.
that too.
Yeah, do that. For
Or
real.
maybe we can have Mike and we can have a discussion with him. Who knows? Mike, you're watching, listening. Let me know. Let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
somebody buy it and make a review so we can watch it.
Moza, you can sponsor us. I will test this pedal for you.
Bro, I
will
got a place
definitely-
right there for it. Right in there.
Look, Jeff's
I will
got a
hurt my
place.
back.
Eric.
Dropping them pedals off.
I was about to say, I could have sworn I just heard my knees chirping to say, hey, we want that. We want it. We don't want to have to get down in there again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So that alone is kind of a worthy feature.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what's next, Eric? What we got next today?
For me, I didn't know if I know Jeff was talking about something on iRacing. I didn't know if you wanted to touch on that.
Oh,
or, you know.
okay. So Jeff, what do you got for us this week?
Yeah,
buddy?
just the I think most people have noticed it's just the update to the to iRacing as the new season gets started. I think when this drops, we'll have the new season started. Not going to dig super into it because it's it's kind of play catch up and clean up business here. I think the biggest point is the graphics and the sun and just it pops. Is that
And
probably the
NASCAR,
best?
dude.
A
Massive
big-
changes.
and we kind of skip over the NASCAR, but I think we kind of spoke on this the last update that spoke to iRacing is really dumping a lot of effort into updating NASCAR, and I think to that point that I don't think they had went a while without updating the cars, the inside, the tracks, etc. So they're dumping a lot into that, but boy, it just looks nice going around the track. And Jason, you brought up a good point the other day in that text. You were like, hey, delete and uninstall the what's that software?
Reshade.
Yeah,
So
you
if
don't
you-
need it anymore.
So yeah, if you guys go back into previous, I don't think we mentioned it on the show, or maybe we have briefly. But Dan Suzuki, which I'm a big fan of. Dan, if you're watching, I love what you do, man. Keep doing what you're doing. He created a video that were the best settings for iRacing. Now the video
He's
still
not joking. It's
it's really good. But at the time, we didn't have this new lighting model. So he told you, hey, you can install this program. It's free. It's called Reshade. And you can mess with the lighting or simulate a fake HDR or sharpen the image. But again, it's a little bit of power that you would need to run that in the background. Just a little bit
performance
of
takes a little bit of hit. Yep.
just a slight hit. But then every time that iRacing has made now 2 times, I think they've made changes to their lighting gamut and the lighting itself, basically, and reflections. There's no more need for a reshade. There really isn't. I uninstalled it, and you get that little bit of performance back, and it pops, man. I mean, it's really nice. It's really nice. So something to consider if you were using reshade. And I don't know, I think it's great. That's how it should be, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was like I don't say night and day when you jumped in and got after you did the update, which my update was like 30 gigs this season. I was like, holy cow!
You got a lot of content, man.
I didn't even take the content. I was like, just give me what I need to get back into it. So anyways, it looks beautiful.
Nice.
That's really big NASCAR update, big I won't say graphics, but
and all the tracks, they updated like 7 tracks in NASCAR.
A lot of NASCAR update. Yeah,
the new kind of what they were doing with Spa and remaking or redoing the tracks,
remapping.
With their drone footage and all kinds of stuff. They're doing that. They're giving that to NASCAR. Dude, which reminds me. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say it would be super cool if iRacing released a video like behind the scenes over like them flying the drone to how it gets to software release. Like just
Pretty
show
sure it's coming. It's gotta be.
It's gotta be what?
It's gotta be in the makes. Like them in the back, and you see the computer, and they're
it would be super cool. That would be because like we're tech people, we get a kick out of that stuff, how that stuff works and is built, unless it's like the secret sauce type of stuff, where they're like, we don't need the other, our competitors, if you will, learning how that we're doing this. I don't know, I could understand if they didn't.
I will say this, something about NASCAR is I'm not really a fan of watching NASCAR because, I mean, in my opinion, it's just left turn racing. Sorry. Again, Jason is on fire today.
Setting
Go ahead
fire
and
today.
crucify me. But that right tire is brand new. I would take that right tire. They don't need it. I'll put it in my car. But racing in an oval race is intense as hell, bro.
Dude, it's hard.
It's hard and it's intense. So I'm actually excited because DNR just built a dashboard that's specifically made for oval racing. And he's the only one that has one out there right now. So, I mean, you pair that with the new update to iRacing and the tracks and the 3 new NASCAR cars that are
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah,
it's time it's time to get our oval license, boys. That's what it's time. It's about that time.
Yeah, that's
I
what
gotta
it
quit
sound like,
messing
man.
around and just knock out. I think I have like
You do.
one more race to do, or in the rookies. I keep going to unranked races because they're fun.
Because
But
driving
dude,
them is very different. Very different.
dude, it's totally different than like a formula car.
Yeah.
But
man, so does racecraft exist in oval racing?
dude, you get in these NASCAR and you're going down the straightaway and you'll be on the wall, we'll say, and then you don't move the wheel, and somehow you're inside. You're like, I don't know how I moved, but I moved. You know?
Oh, yeah, that's steepness on them turns sometimes, man.
Yeah,
And
it's just
participation
like
on iRacing too.
and
Man.
you know, like,
Oh yeah.
but boy, if you do an unranked race in NASCAR, watch out.
Yeah.
Because your whole race is bumper to bumper, and one knucklehead sneezes and it's over for everybody.
That's one of the hardest ones to get out of rookies is because of that. Is the massive wrecks. It's hard to drive a clean race there. But that's part of the culture, right? The crashing in NASCAR, the bumper to bumper, the bump drafting, the just hit them in the back and go faster because I'm going faster. You only need one gear in NASCAR, bro. It's 5th or 4th. Downshift.
No, it's only 4.
It's 4. Okay, it's 4. It's 4 speed. Yeah. So
once you get to 4,
go.
forget about it. You can just unplug the USB. You don't even need it. You know, like.
But again, it's not that simple. I'm telling you. I tried it, and it was a freaking blast. I was shaking. I was like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I got people. Oh man, it was fun. It was fun.
It was fun. I think I told you guys this, but like to get out of rookies, you need to race tracks that are like 0.3 miles, like 0.2 miles. Like I'm talking like 20-second lap times. Yeah. Like, you know, like I had to turn off. I was getting like dizzy. It's just like constant turn. Like as soon as you get the car straightened out, it's to turn again.
You know what might be fun, dude? Is NASCAR Gen 3, like the faster ones, the fastest ones, I guess. But actually doing like an endurance race where you have to pit and to see what that car feels like with those tires gone. There's got to be something crazy. I'm gonna have to look into this.
Man. I don't know if I shared this with everybody. Maybe I did, but my oval.
There you go. You got the tool. You got the tool, bro.
Here, man. So I broke her in. She's been used a little bit. So
you got the tool, man. So I guess we got time for one more topic.
Okay.
I think
I got a quick one. If you,
yeah, you do. I
got one more, more of a discussion here piece. So, you know, Jason tagged me something on Facebook today, and I was like, or I'm sorry, Eric did, and I was like, Eric, you can't tell people I've been VR racing. I got triples. I can't be telling people I've been driving VR.
Because you got triples in the VR.
I was like, yeah, like people can be hard. Anyway, so all right, I have been driving the last week in VR. First data point, I'm not getting motion sick anymore. Like when I was doing it, Jason, you saw where the rig was upstairs and I was getting motion sick. I couldn't even do a lap. When I moved it down here, and I think there's 2 things why I'm not getting motion sick. And I'm bringing this up so a lot of people don't get into it because of the motion sick that they get. So I'm hoping that what I think helped me can help some other people is the first and foremost is my wheel is exactly where the wheel is in my headset. So
Yeah.
it feels like my hands are actually on the wheel. They're not
I see.
off one way or the other. So that is the first one. The second one, I think, is the butt kicker. I think that helps you feel like you are in the car. So you start the car up and you can feel it start to vibrate, accelerate, go over the curb, and you feel like like you're getting another sense of feedback to
Right.
you that you're actually there, opposed to tricking your mind that you're there. And that's where I feel like I'm getting like the motion sick. I didn't get sick at all. And I was doing like 2 or 3 races, just long stints of practice. I could drive around and look around and I was fine. So I don't know what it was, but boy, am I glad I, jumped into it. Cause really what got it is the split reality, or what the mixed reality, that
Oh
I
yeah.
really want to do, that we talked about a couple episodes
Oh
ago,
yeah.
where you can use your wheel
Blended
and
reality.
then
Yeah.
see the car. And I think that is as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Like, I just
That'll
spent all
be the
this money on this
pinnacle.
wheel. I want to see the damn wheel. I want to see my,
Button
DNR,
box and
you
yeah.
That
know,
is
all
the
that's
the future, bro. That is the future
Yeah.
right there.
so
It
I've slowly
if
started to tinker with it. That dude says he's gonna release a how-to video any day now. Like, bro, quit
Yeah.
beating around the freaking bush and just put video up there.
Watch
I
it'll be
think
like,
somebody
yeah.
I think somebody left a comment on what they think he did. I mean, I haven't tried it myself.
Mhm.
Um I just been busy printing, man, printing stuff for my 3D printers. I need to get to that. I need to get to that. But
Yeah.
That's
NASCAR
my
is definitely, yeah. Go ahead, Jeff.
no, I was gonna say, so those are two, if you're one of those, I'd give it a try to make it where your hands and wheel are, try to match that as best you can.
Mhm.
And I think the butt kicker might have helped too. But I don't know why. I just all of a sudden light switch,
Yeah.
don't get sick anymore.
Maybe you
Yeah.
just got used to it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the more you use it, the more you kind of adjust to wearing a headset.
But
I'm guessing maybe.
it
Yeah.
is wicked cool.
Oh
It
yeah.
is
Yeah,
wicked cool.
and iRacing too is pretty light on VR, and it looks pretty good. So you
It
give
That's
it a
all I've
try.
done, I think, but it is spectacular. I mean,
Well, it's okay.
That's
yeah, dude,
awesome.
There's nothing wrong with people that race in VR. I'm saying it
yeah,
here on the
it
show.
is. And
You choose your
I might go
weapon.
back to my triple, and I do some time to time go back and forth this past week, but
Mhm.
it's just cool that, like, you can look behind you, you can, and then where you move your head, your mirrors move. If you
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
look a little bit more to the right, you can move your head a little bit in the mirror, like it would in real life. Um, it's just wicked in, the formula class where you're like, right on somebody. And
Oh yeah.
I do feel like I can put my nose, I feel like I sense my nose a little closer to where the car is in front, especially like first corner turns where you want to stay as tight as you can. Um, but boy, like my brother came over here and I put him in a NASCAR thing, because that's all he likes is NASCAR. And he was like, this is pretty sweet. And then like lost it and went right into and he was like, whoa. And he like put his hands up, you know? But definitely, I think the
He was
fan
into
would
it.
help a lot, because you do get hot
Yeah.
with the thing on your face.
No, you just
Um,
want that Winsome. Just buy it,
I do.
bro.
I should just get the
There
damn
you go,
stupid
man.
thing.
Just get the
But
damn Winsome. Get it.
It's
Eric,
You
you
know
more,
find
what?
it's more
yourself,
immersion,
Wait a
man.
minute. Stop. Emergency stop. You have a 3D printer now, Jeff.
Yep.
You can 3D print the mounts. You can go over to Home Depot and get the ducts, some
so,
PC
Yep.
fans.
so here's
Yep.
the problem, because I've thought about this already,
All you need is the
is
board, the controller. That's
I
it.
Yep.
know, but like that's the cheap stuff. The printing stuff, the cheap stuff. Like, you're really paying for,
The
the
board.
board and
Mhm.
USB interface, etc.
You can print your own. You can order a board and solder it. You can.
Right, but then do I really want to hook that up to my PC
Yes,
and
I
fry
agree with
everything?
you. But
You know,
now I'm getting into soldering too because it's eventual. It's related to 3D printing because if you 3D print, you realize that you can make things that you couldn't make before, and
Yeah.
now the missing piece is being able to create electronics and build housings for them. So
Yep.
I'm trying to learn, but before anything gets plugged into that baby back there, I better be sure of what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
You can buy a little baby laptop.
You can
as
also
the
get a
guinea pig.
voltimeter and check to see if there's any like what do you call this, shorts or whatever within.
Yeah, it
before.
just is.
I know it's risky. I hear you.
Yeah.
There's options out there, which I'm gonna. You know what? For the next episode, I'm gonna see what options are there. We're gonna dive deep on WinSims. Next one.
Eric, you really got me into VR driving. You sent that video a while back. It was Formula racing against the Ferrari. You still do any VR driving at all?
I do. To your point about being hot, that is something I'm want to address, because they have different inserts for the headset. I think it's like the globular cluster or something like that. It's like a memory foam with cooling pads and all that stuff, and distributes the weight better and all of that.
That sounds crazy. The cluster on your face.
It's a wild name, but apparently, but apparently they're like the gold standard for just comfort and consistency too. Because the PSVR 2 headset, the type of lenses it has a very small sweet spot. So being able to get the headset to that spot and then get it there consistently, have it stay while you're racing could be problematic. But but back to your question, I do VR race in GT7, but I've actually been doing more without the headset here more recently. And it's nice to have like my lovely dashboard and be able to see my button box and with the screen, and just get, like we were talking about before, being able to enjoy some of the other stuff, see my wheel and
being free too from something on your face.
Being free, because I've 3D printed a MagSafe mount for my phone. It's on my rig, so I have my phone mounted on there and be able to change music or whatever. Like
I'm telling you, bro. I'm 3D printing stuff, so I have the Bamboo Studio on the top monitor, and I'm racing on.
Yeah. Hey, y'all
I found uses for it.
Look, you hear Jason talking about a sweatshop? You gotta watch his Instagram reel.
My sweatshop, bro.
Right. Make sure you go look at the reel, and it will tell you everything you need to know about what Jason has going on over there, man. It's
There's a
next level.
Yeah, one guy made a comment on it. He's like, man, this is a wet dream.
It's a wet dream.
Yeah.
And I got that Hans Zimmer, what you call it, from the Interstellar playing in the background, because I can't believe what's happening. I just can't believe it. Like something out of this world. So
meet the Jetsons.
Yep.
Anyways, guys, great content today. A lot of good discussions here. It's good to have the different opinions on things, man, because that's what makes us human, right? Is everyone has an opinion, but gathering the data and putting it all together is how we get you to a decision. So before we close the show and you go out and watch reviews on those pedals, just know that reviewers are they're geared to either left or they're geared to either right. So take what you hear with a grain of salt, because when you install the pedals, you're not going to know up until the day that you put the foot on the pedal, and it's going to tell you this was worth it or it was not worth it. So that's the realest answer. I mean, I can't tell you one way or the other. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Eric, for driving most of the episode today. And Jeff, welcome to the 3D printing gang. You're my late bloomer, but we got you there.
Better late than never.
But we got you there, brother. We got you there, and you're loving it, that makes me feel good, because
wife loves it. Little dude sits in front of the screen watching it print.
I told you, bro, quality time. Didn't I tell you? I told you quality time with the family.
Y'all haven't started designing stuff yet.
Look at that.
No, I know. So that's where, I'm looking forward to that too.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll have, if we have some more info for you guys on any of the stuff that we mentioned here on the show today, we will definitely come back with a follow-up and update you guys. But right now, we're just like you. We're seeing a product come out, is Q2, and it's available for purchase. That's all we know. reviewers have had this pedal for months, but we don't, as a user sim racer, I don't have any data for you yet. I don't think any of us, do. So
Yeah.
until we can go to a store and try them out, which is, I don't know if that's going to happen.
That might happen for me.
It might happen.
Yeah.
Micro Center.
No, so that Gigapart store that's only here, they have actually 2 full Moza setups. They have a flight sim and they have a racing sim.
Interesting.
For you to try.
Okay.
So I've been going by there, like looking at the shelf, looking around, like, y'all got one of them active pedals.
Y'all got an active pedal over there.
So
and then he bust out a DSLR camera, like,
oh, you don't say,
like a sword.
I'm telling you. Oh yeah, I'm going live immediately.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please email us at thechicanepodcast@gmail.com. And with that, I'm going to give this over to Jeff because he keeps forgetting
Drive fast, people, and brake late.
Even though we kind of skipped the round table and track of the week. Stay tuned for that. We just had a lot of news today. We wanted to put that out for you. So track of the week will return on the next iteration of the Chicane podcast. And with that, have a great start of your week. Thank you.